Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amelia and I upload all kind of book content, and if you're not new here then welcome back. Okay, so for this video I am back with an exciting one, a challenge. I haven't done a proper reading challenge for a while on my YouTube because I just been reading themed videos. However, I'm off for the week because it's my show week for Joseph, and I thought what a better time to do it than now. I am going to be reading for my screen time, so I'm going to be reading each day for the amount of time I was on my phone per day for the last week. So it's going to be a challenge for sure, because I know that there's times when time is higher than I expected it to be or wanted it to be. So I won't tell you every day's. I'll tell you my average today and what I'm going to be doing for today's one. And then I won't tell you every day until I come to the day. One thing I should tell you, today is Saturday, so I'm starting on a Saturday. I won't be doing it tomorrow because I will not have time at all. I know I don't have time on a Sunday of show week. The average for the week just gone is 3 hours 19 minutes so far. The average for last week was 3 hours 4 minutes. Yeah, that's not bad when you see the average. When you see the daily average, probably not. So for today I am having to read for 4 hours and 12 minutes because I was on my phone for 4 hours and 12 minutes last Saturday. Brilliant, isn't it? I have a problem and I don't know why. So I'm just going to quickly tell you a few things I was on my... let's just say the most used apps I used for 1 hour and 14 minutes. I used Instagram last weekend. I'm not entirely sure why. That is predominantly what I do every day. My Instagram is always at the top. I spend too much time on Instagram. Don't know why. And I spent 1 hour and 12 minutes on TikTok last Saturday. I don't know what I was doing last Saturday, but I'm pretty sure I was just at home tidying my room. So I'm not sure why I was on TikTok for about 1 hour and 12 minutes, but here we are. So today we're going to be reading for 4 hours and 12 minutes. Okay, so the book I am going to be reading for at least today, if I do manage to successfully do the challenge, I should finish this book today. It is Spark of the Ever Flame by Pen Cole. I'm about 40% of the way through, and I am really, really enjoying this book. I think I've needed a fantasy that was so easy and gripping from the beginning, and so my issue when I read Invisible Life of Addie LaRue recently was it didn't grip me from the start. So when it doesn't grip me, it takes me a while to get in. And I was trying my hardest to not just straight go back to romances once I finished my thrillers. I was like, I need something like not a romance, not a thriller. So I was like, a fantasy, but I was like, what's on my current TBR for February? And this is on that TBR and it's short. I was like, it's a short fantasy, so I know the next two in the series are like chunky. But I think if I can get into this one, I'm sure I can get into the next two. So, yeah. I don't want to binge it back to back. I know I probably will want to, but I don't want to do that. I kind of want a romance next, I think. But this is the book we'll be reading today. And then once I finish this book, we'll move on to another one. I'm trying to stick to my February TBR. Let's just focus on finishing Spark of the Ever Flame by Pen Cole and see where I want to go. Because I might just go, let's pick up the next one, which is, I think, Glow of the Ever Flame. Yeah, Glow of the Ever Flame, which will be next. But yeah, I'm on chapter 14, 40% of the way through. Let's go. I will be probably picking up for an hour of the 4 hours soon, because when we're going to do my 75 booked, which if you don't follow my TikTok you won't know, but I do 75 booked and I'm coming back properly with it, and I'm only doing an hour a day instead of what I did have originally. So let's go. I'm excited. Okay, this is not really anything to do with reading. First of all, we have read for about an hour and 3 minutes of Spark of the Everflame because I was doing my 75 booked, and I'm like halfway through the book now, and I'm really excited to continue and try and finish it today. That's the plan. The goal is to finish it. I'll be very happy if I'm able to do, but I'll probably try and do more this evening. I'm about to start packing for show week, so that's my job now, and then I'm going to have like a chill afternoon. I don't want to do too much. I want it to be chill because I went to a party yesterday. I'm not hungover, but my body just needs to relax. It's had a really stressful week, so I could do the relax before a stressful week coming up. But I just wanted this news charging again already. Fun. It's Valentine's Day was the first day of this vlog, and I said I wanted to have like a movie day. So my movie day is I just want to watch rom-coms because I love them. However, I'm one of these people that I go on TikTok, not TikTok, I spend about an hour scrolling through Netflix, Now TV, Disney, Prime, trying to find a film to watch, and I was like, I can't do that. I don't want to spend my day doing that. So I yesterday put together a spinny wheel, like a wheel picker, where I have to watch the film that it lands on. No matter if it was one I really wanted to watch or not, I just have to put it on. So the first film I watched today was The Hating Game. I found out that's what came up. And you know what? I forgot how much I love this film. So I'm about to spin the wheel again. I thought I'd just show you. Nothing to do with reading, I know, but let's just spin the wheel. You can probably hear the noise. It's in my headphones, but let's go. What's it gonna be? Oh my god. Okay. I'm excited. It's another book adaptation, and I've recently watched it and I love it, so let's watch it again. That's gonna be my next film whilst I pack. Let's go. I will probably pick you back up once you're charged and when I pick up reading again for the rest of the day. We have now got 2 hours and 35 minutes left on the timer. I don't know if you can see that, yeah. And I am determined to be successful, at least on day one, because I know what my brain is like. I'm considering doing tomorrow because, and I say this, I'm going to do my morning of 75 books and try and edit that before I go to, supposedly try and edit it before I go. If not, I'll have to do it like either late tomorrow night or early Monday morning. I read for 2 hours on my phone for 2 hours and 48 minutes tomorrow, like last Sunday. So I potentially could do it if I get up early enough. We're going to see how tomorrow goes, because I could even do it whilst on the way to town because I could listen to an audiobook. So it's not like the end of the world. However, we have, how many hours? 2 hours and 16 minutes left of this book. Definitely going to finish this book in the time we have today, and then we'll have to start the next book, which I have no clue what I'm reading. So I'm going to figure that one out. Good morning, happy Sunday. I don't usually do Sundays in this challenge, however I have a shorter time today. I thought I would give it a try. However, I do need to update you on yesterday because I finished quite late, which is why I didn't update the vlog yesterday. However, I did actually successfully read. I will say I didn't fully do the full time. I left with 20 minutes. I was getting so tired. I stopped with 20 minutes to go, and we had 4 hours and 12 minutes and I left with 20 minutes. I thought that was pretty decent. I know it's like 4 hours isn't actually that long when I'm used to doing 24 hours of reading, and I read for like 12 hours on a Saturday. But let's be honest with you, I got so tired. I was like, I can't. But I did successfully finish Spark of the Everflame by Pen Cole. Now, I went into this thinking, okay, I don't know if I'm in a fantasy mood, so I don't know how much I'm going to like this. Oh my god, I really enjoyed this book. I'm giving it 4.25 stars. I think it was so an easy fantasy to read. And I think, again, like, for someone who's maybe not, who's fallen out of the romantasy/fantasy kind of world in the last year, well, I didn't fall out of it because I did read some, but like I didn't read as much as I would like to. I think for someone who's not sure she's in a fantasy mood, this really reignited my love for it because it made me feel like I was reading it for as a beginner or into fantasy, and it is so good. I really enjoyed the story. The ending did leave on a cliffhanger. Obviously, that means that's why they've having more books. And honestly, the urge to want to pick up Glow of the Everflame right now is like. My plan is I need to break up with a little bit of romance, but then after that I think I might have to like forget the rest of my TBR and pick up Glow of the Everflame because I feel like I need to read it whilst I'm still like fresh in the world, because I haven't, like, the problem I've done with the Throne of Glass series is I have not read it so successfully close together that when I go to pick it up I forget what's happened and I don't have a connection to it, and I think that's why I'm not loving it as much. So I would like to pick up Glow of the Other Flame soon. I'm thinking of rejigging though my videos around because I was meant to film a rereads video next after this week. I don't know if I'm in the mood to reread any books right now, so I might put that for a later time and do continue a series video, and maybe then we'll put Glow of the Other Flame in. We'll see. Anyway, then I picked up and I have read the prologue and 2 chapters of Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. This is already quite heavy and I've read 2 chapters. I'm not really sure what I'm prepared for in this book. We're following Reese and Sadie. Reese is a ice hockey player. Sadie is a skater, I want to say. But she's got a lot of stuff going on at home with her dad and her younger brothers. And so she is trying to hold it all together, and she then Reese had an accident on the ice in a game at the beginning of the prologue, and then you're witnessing him trying to come back, and he had a panic attack on the ice rink, and Sadie was there for it and trying to help him, and yeah, that's as far as I've got. That's also not a spoiler because that is on the back of the book. I'm intrigued because everyone loves this book, so I figured this will be a good one to read next after Sparkle of the Other Flame, and then we'll see what I pick up next. Hopefully I can get a good chunk of the way through. Let's quickly see how long I've got to read today, because I do want to try and do it. I've got about 4 hours, and today I need to read for 2 hours and 48 minutes, so I can do that. I'm also about to start doing my 75 books. My camera is not liking me right now. The battery is running out and I need to charge it, but we're going to start my 75 books, so I should actually be able to get a good chunk of reading done today before I go to do band call and tech. So let's go. Okay, I thought I would give you an update. I've read for an hour and 1 minute so far today, so I've got an hour and 47 minutes and for 1 hour and 47 minutes left of reading, and I've read up to chapter 11, page 85, which is now 23% of the book so far, and I'm really enjoying this book, thoroughly enjoying it. I can see where people say, if you like Binding 13, you'll probably like this book, because it is, for Sadie's character, she's got a bit of an intensity at home, a home intensity stuff that's it's a bit probably traumatizing for her. It is traumatizing for her, and she's trying to deal with that. So I'm enjoying seeing that part, but I'm also enjoying seeing her and Reese together. There's a lot of panic attack stuff. And I'm intrigued to see them when they break down each other's walls. I am taking a bit of a break now, so I can try and potentially get dressed and do some other bits before I have to go. But then I'm probably going to pick it back up in about an hour or so, because I don't have much time. I won't lie, I don't have that much time, but I would like to try and complete today, because I had less time. I was like, you know what, we might as well add Sunday to the mix. Usually I would skip today and move to continue tomorrow. Tomorrow I am 90% sure I'm probably not going to hit, because I'm going to try, but I have got a friend coming over in the afternoon before I go to the theatre for dress run. So yeah. Okay, today's reading challenge is done. However, I have read to 51% of the way through this book today. Like, I have read this much. I've got this much left. I wouldn't say it's given 5-star feels, but I am enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the romance. I feel like there's a lot of, I don't know. I feel like this is very insta. I kind of feel like it's kind of insta love, but it's also slow burn. I don't know how to describe it, but I am enjoying the story. I think I need more of them just talking. I feel like we're getting to a point where I need them to open up to each other. Otherwise, for me, I'm not going to believe this is a good relationship. I'm not going to believe this relationship can last if they don't open up to each other soon. So I feel like they need to now that we get to the halfway mark. But we will see what happens. But a good dent done today, and actually managed to read for the hours, so I'm really proud of myself because I don't usually do this on a Sunday. As I mentioned in the intro, I was like, I'm not doing Sunday because I don't have time. Well, I did, and I'm surprised. So I'm really happy with that. I'm going to take my book with me because because today I might have a bit more time to just sit and read than I usually would. Like in band call when I'm not singing, I might have time to read. I probably won't, but I'll take it with me just in case. Hello, happy Monday. It's the 3rd day of this challenge, and so far I would like to say we've been successful 2 days in a row. I actually have read more of this book since I finished reading yesterday for this challenge because I read at band call, but now I've got this much left to read, and I read a bit when I got home, so I'm on chapter 34 and I've got this much, so should be finishing this book today, which will be good, which basically means I've read a book in a day, pretty much, mostly in a day, and I'm having to tell myself not to go straight on to Go of the Other Flame after this because I do really want to read that, but I just think I don't want to go straight into it because it is a long chunky book and I wouldn't want to spend the whole week reading that one book, if that makes sense, but we'll see. However, I'm sure you want to know how much we're reading for today. We are reading for less time than Saturday, but more time than yesterday, so we are reading for 3 hours and 42 minutes. I'm hoping I can be successful with this. I have got a friend coming over at some point today for about a couple of hours, but I'm going to start this morning with reading for a bit, at least for an hour before I need to try and do stuff, and then I'll either listen to an audiobook this afternoon or continue reading physically. I don't know yet. But anyway, I'm going to set the timer up. We're going to... Hello, okay. Woo. I've got eye masks on, just like working on my skincare like religiously to this week. It's currently 11 o'clock. We've read for an hour and 10 minutes, so I've got 2 hours and 38 minutes left to go. How many hours? What was it? 3 hours and 42? So we're not an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 6 minutes. We read for about an hour and 6 minutes, and in that hour and 6 minutes we have finished Unsteady by Peter Corinne, which is actually mad because I only started it, technically I started it Saturday night, but I only read 2 chapters on Saturday night, read most of this yesterday. It was a quick and easy read, and I am glad I got it off my TBR because it was on my TBR since November 2024, and I was so desperate to get to it, and then I just kept putting it off and off and off, so I'm so glad I've read it. I'm also happy that I've read this month, all books that I've read this month has been on my February TBR, and if I go with the book I think I'm going to go with, we're still sticking to that theme. If I go with one I think I'm going to pick up next, but I'm giving this a 3.5 stars. I think I mentioned in my 75 books, I don't know if it's just me, but I felt like the relationship was a little bit rushed. I think once they got together it just felt like it went from 1 to 100 very fast, and I know it happens in a lot of romance books, but I'm not an insta lovey girl, and I felt like it just felt a bit rushed. However, I did like the mental health talks between the two of them. I think seeing the way Reese stepped up for Sadie, even when she was pushing him away, I loved, and I loved to read about, and I think it was just a pure beautiful story, and I think it was moving. So yeah, 3.5 stars. Not my favourite romance book, but I am happy that I've read it, and I've got Unloved next on my TBR, so I will be picking that book up at some point. So yeah, I actually think I'm going to find out whose book that is. I'm not going to start it now. I think I'm going to go with The Future Saints by Ashley Winstead. I'm not picking straight up. I'm going to do some bits. But then I will probably pick up soon. But yeah, I thought I'm going to read for about 20-30 minutes, just to give myself a little bit of time. So whilst I read, I thought I need to tell you what I'm going to read next, or what I decided to pick up. I actually strayed from my February TBR, guys. I was so close to doing The Future Saints, but then I was like, I picked this book up and read the blurb. I was like, I really like the sound of this book and feel like it's something I want. So I'm reading Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. I've not read a Kristen Hanna book before, so I'm intrigued and excited, and I also have heard so many good things about this book and the TV series, but I don't want to watch the TV series see the TV series until I've read the book. So I figured this would be a good one to pick up this week next. So yeah, I got this for Christmas. I have got The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I was going to think about reading first, but I was like, you know what, I want this one first. So this is about friendship, and it says in here, a lifetime of friendship at moment of betrayal. So I'm getting these people are friends and they've grown up together, and then something happens. I don't know. I'm intrigued to get started, so I'm going to get started now. I was time-lapsing and then I went like this. That was me saying, one moment, because I feel like I need to annotate this book. I read like one line and was like, I kind of want to annotate this book. So we have my highlighter, tabs and pen, and we are going to delve in and hopefully annotate this book. I haven't annotated in so long that it could be set myself up for failure, but I really feel like I want to, so let's go. Okay, I've added a new tab colour. Oh, hello, you're falling. Sorry, I came to my bed to get comfy and cosy because I thought, why not? I added a new tab colour because I was like, okay, and I called it relatable because there was two quotes that were relatable. Yeah, two quotes that were relatable, and then I hear there's one I feel like it's important as well. And I thought I'd read them. I don't think they're really spoiler at all, but we met Kate Malarkey, who has lost all of her friends, basically. And and she's kind of a bit of a loner. And there's two things that she's like, her inner monologue has said, and one thing her mum has said to her, because we're currently following her as her and Tully, who is the other girl. We're following them in like high school time at this current moment, and they're not friends yet, so we're getting to see their progression of being friends, and it's really intriguing. But Kate has made a monologue, says, first of all, this is when she's fallen out, like, lost her group of friends, and she went, so now books were her only friends. She'd read Lord of the Rings so often she could recite the whole scenes by memory. It was not a skill that aided one in becoming popular, and I felt like that was kind of relatable. I didn't read Lord of the Rings when I was a teenager and recite, but there was books I had read so many times, or films I watched so many times that I could recite from memory, and it was not going to be part of the popular kids at school. And to be fair, I was not part of the popular kids at school, and I'm actually quite happy about that. And then the next quote was, a friend could become a stranger just as quickly. And it basically starts with, but things change fast. She knew that now. A horse could get old overnight and go lame. A friend could become a stranger just as quickly. And it hit me because I'm like, that is actually so true. I'm not even, like, I can't even make that up. That is a truth fact. I feel like, especially if you're in your 20s, you're kind of, you go through the same thing of realising that. Obviously, these guys are teenagers, but in your 20s, you can have friends who, like, are your best friends for, like, so you're so close, and then suddenly one day you're like, you don't talk, and you don't really know anything about him anymore. And Kate's mum said to her, because Kate is a bit of a, like, she just refuses to try and make friends and do things. She went, so that you know, you can be whatever you want to be. Your generation is so lucky. You can be anything you want, but you have to take a risk sometimes. Reach out. One thing I can tell you for sure is this: we only regret what we don't do in life. And I feel like that motto is definitely coming around, at least again now, if not has been coming around for the last few years. I've been seeing it everywhere and everywhere, like, you know, motivational quotes, I guess you could say. But it is actually true. I mean, it's actually really true. Like, if you don't go after what you want and you don't take the risk, you're going to regret it. So, yeah. I'm about to start chapter 4. I'm enjoying this book so far. I'm enjoying trying to get to know our two main characters, Tully and Kate. Tully Hart seems like a bit of a feisty character, but, like, in a different way. And then you've got Kate, who is currently acting like a bitch because she's, I guess, trying to protect herself. So... we've made it to 62, page 62, 63. We made it to 12% of the way through Firefly Lane, and I'm really enjoying this book. It is hitting the heartstrings, and the chapters are quite long, but, like, at the same point, I don't want to put it down. Like, I am really happy I decided to tab this one. I'm at this point in this year, I'm unhauling books once I finish them. Like, once the month is up and I've done my monthly wrap-up, I'm unhauling the books. I don't think this is going to be a book I want to unhaul. I feel like this book's going to stick with me. I am just loving it. And I already want to watch the series, but I can't until I finish the book. So... but this book is just everything. I am now going to listen to an audiobook, but I just don't know what one. I'm not sure if I'm feeling Queen of Shadows or the Zodiac Academy book right now. Like, I don't know if I'm feeling fantasy or if I just want a romance. I was thinking Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban because I've got the full cast recording, but I'm not sure. And, like, I've only got an hour left of reading. I reread a Magnolia Parks. That's a good shout, guys. I think we're going to do a reread of Magnolia Parks. I was meant to do that for a reread video, but maybe I could then do Long Way Home. Let's go. I'm going to do that. Okay, I haven't even plugged the mic on or plugged it in, so I can't be bothered. However, I read another 2 chapters of this book, and oh my god, I think I've cried about 4 times in the last 40 minutes. Like, however long I had left, 25 minutes, I think I've cried twice, like 4 times. It just got really emotional in the last 2 chapters, and I was like, not really. I mean, I knew it was an emotional book, but I just wasn't prepared to be crying from the beginning of the book. I thought it was going to be emotional for the end of the book, not the beginning of the book. Oh my god. Oh, I thought I saw something. I thought I saw Spider, and I'm not. When I think I see Spider, I stop and stare for about 5 minutes before I realise it's not. But I am really enjoying this book. I'm now at 18% of the way through. I've read 90 pages of this book today, which is pretty good going, considering, one, I'm annotating it, two, it's a lot heavier than the books I've read so far this year. But I am really enjoying it, so I cannot wait. Tomorrow is going to be a long reading day from what I remember. I looked at it last week when I was at the end of the week at work with my friend at work, because we were talking about it. We were talking about, I said I was doing my reading for my screen time, I was talking about like what my house was going to be like, and I was like, oh, I actually am reading a lot on Tuesday, because that was the day I went to hairdressers and got my hair cut. So tomorrow's going to be a lot of reading, but it's probably a good thing, because my anxiety's going to be all high because it's opening night, and I always get a little bit like anxious on opening night with shows. So it'll be good to be reading, whether it's audiobooks or reading this. But I'm so glad I picked this book up. It was a debate between this and Future Saints, as I said earlier, but I feel like this one hit me. The blurb, the idea of the story gave me something, and I'm obsessed. So yeah, 90 pages read. I am going to take it with me. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to read backstage. Really, really happy I am reading this book. So I will speak to you tomorrow for day number 4, but I actually can't believe I've been successful 3 days in a row of reading for my screen time. This never happens, and I don't want to jinx it, because obviously I still got 4 more days, and Friday I am travelling to Dorking and staying in Dorking overnight, so I don't know how long I'm going to get a chance to read on Friday, but it's fine. But yeah, I'm so far so good, and I am really happy. I would like to get this book done by the end of the week, so then I can move on to Glow of the Other Flame for the next video, because I'm so excited for Glow of the Other Flame. Like, one other thing. But anyway, I need to stop rambling, because supposedly I'm getting picked up in 5 minutes, and I haven't even got my shoes on, or my jacket, or fill my water bottle up, or anything. So I will talk to you tomorrow with how many hours I'm reading tomorrow. Good morning. We're going to ignore how bad my hair looks. Apologies, but it will just have to do. It is Tuesday, and it is our day 4 of reading for our screen time. Woo! And so far we have been successful. I'm going to see how much I can do today, because I'm not confident enough that we're going to be successful today. And do you want to know why? We have to read for 4 hours and 28 minutes. Now, that is, I know why I hadn't spent a lot of time on my phone last week. I was at the hairdressers, and when I'm at the hairdressers I tend to scroll a lot more than I do anywhere else. So yeah, but my most used app last Tuesday was Instagram. Surprise, surprise. I realise I haven't been telling you this every day, but yeah, Instagram is pretty much one of my highest one every single day, so that's not a surprise. And then WhatsApp was 27 minutes. So I did an hour and 8 minutes on Instagram and 27 minutes on WhatsApp. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to read for 4 hours and 28 minutes. I'm about to do my first hour for 75 books before I go to town. And I'm going to listen to the audiobook of Magnolia Parks when I get on with some bits I need to do. And then later on, I'll probably be picking up Firefly Lane, because I really want to continue that book. Because I'm 1 chapter off before part 2. And I'm really excited to continue the book. Okay, I'm going to be quick. We're going to avoid the fact that I have a hat on. However, I have read for nearly an hour. I read for about 50 minutes. I will listen to 50 minutes of this book as an audiobook, and I'm now about this far through. I read 41 pages in that time, and you know what, listening to this again, it's just making me miss this world, and I'm so happy I'm back in it, because I really missed it, and I love this series so much. Like, this is one of my little god tier series. Before I read the Boys and Tommen series, because I didn't actually read that till I finished the Magnolia Park series, and I'm kind of glad I didn't start it in between, because I think it would have just been something else, because the Boys and Tommen series is like my all-time favourite, and I didn't think it would beat the Magnolia Park series, and I don't think it has. I think they're at the same level for me, because I absolutely love Magnolia Parks. I don't care how toxic it is, I love it. But yeah, matcha is made. Vanilla matcha, although it feels like more like just matcha because I can't taste the vanilla. But it still tastes good. It tastes good. Matcha is made. Time to read Firefly Lane and get further into it. Let's go. Okay, hello everyone. Sorry, just get something. I need to get changed. I'm not planning to wear blacks today because I feel like I'm not stage crew, and like I would like to look a little bit nicer seeing people after the show before I go home. However, after 3 very successful days, we have failed. I was prepared for this anyway, but we have failed. We've got, on the timer, we have 1 hour and 50 minutes left to go. And I'm not going to get to that. I'm leaving in half an hour, and I am all read out for the day. However, I feel like I've been very successful. I thought I would just let you know I got to page 166 in this book. I don't actually know what percentage that is. I want to say 35. Okay, maybe 34, maybe 32, 3. 34% of the way through Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, and I am really, really enjoying it. I definitely can feel myself relating to Kate in this, in the fact of that I feel like I've been in her shoes at some points in friendships, or in the main friendship, because I definitely have been in that position. Like, there's one point, I tabbed it, where is it? It's here. And it says, like, Tully's shadow, to be precise. As always, Kate was the backup singer who never stepped into the spotlight. And that is how I felt would definitely say I could feel in a friendship that I had growing up. Happy Wednesday. Avoid how I look. I'm not all woken up, but I don't have as much time today, so we need to start as ASAP. And also ignore the voice. Again, I'm not all woken up. I haven't drunk any water yet this morning. And I'm about to have breakfast. However, it is Wednesday and I have to read for 4 hours and 1 minute today. So I'm going to start that now because I'm going out at 12:30 and that is like not even 4 hours and 1 minute away. So we're just going to start and see how much we can actually read and if we can read for most of that. Okay, I just wanted to update you. There's this much left. This book is breaking my heart. This book is actually breaking my heart. We've just got to the bit where Tully and Kate's friendship has ended, pretty much, and what happened, and I'm like, no, my heart breaks for them because I'm like, this is just not what you want. So yeah, I thoroughly am enjoying this book. It is gonna be this is like my favourite book so far of 2026, and it's gonna be hard to top it because it's like everything. I think it's just so profoundly amazing, and like I think it's a real testament of what real friendship is. So yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, we've got 2 hours. We've basically read for 2 hours so far today, so we've got 2 hours and 19 minutes left to go. So I started at 4 hours and 18 minutes, or was it 4 hours 13? One of them, nearly basically 2 hours. And I have finished Firefly Lane. I think this is the 3rd book I'm finishing in this video. Probably the last book I'll be finishing in this video, but I honestly can't tell you how much what this book means to me, because I feel like I should have filmed it, but I'm glad I didn't because I was a mess. I didn't, like, when I cried at books, a few tears have come out before. This book fully made me sob. Like, I was full on crying, and this was actually happening in my real life. Like, I just had something happen to my own family member. Like, this was everything. This book was absolutely everything. 6-star read if I could, definitely 5 stars. I loved it so much. I honestly have tabbed it galore. I love the story. I think it's a beautiful. I feel like this is a love letter to friendship, to like real friendships, and I think it is the love letter you needed and what I needed specifically, today. Well, not today, this week. I feel I'm so glad I picked this book up. And honestly, it was between this and The Future Saints. And if I was going to pick up a Kristen Hannah book first, I thought I was going to pick up The Nightingale first. But I am so glad this is the book I picked up first because honestly, I loved everything about this book. Okay, we're going to ignore how I look. I just can't be bothered. My hair is annoying me. My skin is annoying me. Everything is annoying me. I'm feeling a bit irritated today. It is quite a bit later. I've done literally absolutely nothing since I finished Firefly Lane, apart from watching like Firefly Lane edits, and even though I haven't watched the series yet. I'm intrigued of what the series is going to be like, because I'm really hoping it's kind of similar to the book, because I feel like the book just, it did something to me, and I don't know what it did, but I feel like it healed something in me that I didn't know I needed healing. I was going to listen to the audiobook and do stuff on my computer today on Magnolia Park, so trust me, I want to. But I really don't want to stare at my computer screen, so I'm not going to. So I'm going to start a book on my Kindle, because I haven't actually used my Kindle since I finished Spark of the Everflame. And trust me, part of me wants to pick up Glow of the Everflame. However, I've decided I'm going to pick up a thriller, I think. I'm going to pick up Never Lie by Freida McFadden. I think I just need to make a bit more thrilling, I guess, and fast-paced to read after that book. Okay, hello. Update. It is 3:30, well 3:35, and I have successfully read for the 4 hours and... Did I screenshot it this morning? 4 hours and 13 minutes that I had to read for today. And I am 53% of the way through Never Lie by Freida McFadden. So... yeah, I think it is quite clear I am really enjoying it. I am actually really enjoying this. I don't think I'm loving it as much as The Boyfriend. I think I'm enjoying it a little bit less than The Teacher, but quite up the same vibes as The Teacher. Hello, happy Friday. Can you tell me my voice? It's not exactly there. It's very dry and tired. I need to do some kind of vocal warm-up before going out today, because this is just not it. Anyway, it's Friday, it's the last day of this vlog. Probably for good reasons. I feel rough. To be fair, I've not long woken up, so, but I'm about to start reading whilst I eat my breakfast. So I thought I'd tell you how long I've got to read for. Oh god. Oh. I've been on my phone less this week, to be fair. So today we have a total of 2 hours and 33 minutes to read for, which compared to the last few days, this is quite nice. And I think we can get this done. I've got about an hour and 40 minutes left of Never Lie. So we're going to finish this, and then once I finish this, I'm probably going to start the book for my reread vlog, or just put my headphones on and continue rereading Magnolia Parks, which is also for that vlog. Why do you need charging again already? Brilliant. So I'm going to sit and eat my breakfast and read this, and then I need to do my skincare, and I need to do anything I can to get rid of this. Hello, okay, it's a bit later since I spoke to you. It is now 11:45 and I have an hour and 7 minutes left on the timer. I had to pause it because I needed a nap. When you saw the first clip of me today, I was not exactly thriving. I'm not fully thriving right now either. My hair is being really freaking annoying. But I'm feeling better than I was when I woke up because I took another nap and I drank a bit of water, quite a bit of water. I now need to pack my stuff because I'm staying in a hotel today and tomorrow night near the theatre rather than coming home back and forth, which ideally is meant to make my life a little bit easier. We'll see if it actually does. But yeah. However, I finished Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I know there's people like one of people say it's one of their most favourite books of hers. I enjoyed it. I didn't guess the plot twist, for sure did not guess the plot twist. However, the ending kind of made me feel a bit like, don't care. It was a bit naff. The ending wasn't as good as I had hoped. What is this? However, I did enjoy the book. I did think it was gripping, and I'm glad I read that after Firefly Lane. I don't think anything else would have, hit. I needed something quick and easy that wasn't, a romance or anything, and this was a quick and easy thriller. I find Freedom McFadden thrillers I find really easy just to read. So I'm really bunged up. My throat is so dry. I'm now going to put the audiobook on for Magnolia Parks whilst I pack my stuff and get dressed and stuff. So I'm going to put that on whilst I'm doing all that. And then I will see what happens after that. I'll probably end up ending the vlog. And I need to start the new vlog because I'm doing my reread. So, yeah. Hello, okay, I've put the mic back on for the first time this whole week, I'm pretty sure. I have now successfully read for 2 hours and 33 minutes today, which is a little bit insane. I think I've only failed this once or twice. I actually have lost count. I think I at least failed it once. This is the best I've been at reading for my screen time and actually sticking to it and actually reading for it pretty much every day. So I'm really proud of myself. Sorry, my skin is so itchy. I've broken out really bad on my whole skin this week because of how much makeup I've had to wear. And how much skincare I've probably done compared to what I usually do. But it's okay. We'll survive it. I'll survive it. However, I had, like I said, have finished reading for today, which means we are at the end of the vlog. So it's time to do a little bit of a roundup. We have read 4 full books in this video pretty much. I say 3.5 books in this video, and started a reread of another book. So let's start with the one we finished on the first day, which was Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. This book was actually so much better than I expected. I'm just going to get my favourite up because I actually don't remember what I rated this. Okay. I was so shockingly surprised how much I actually really liked this because I haven't been in a fantasy mood for so long. I was worried I wasn't going to enjoy this as much as I did. However, I have given this one a 4.25 stars. I thought it was really good and it was really interesting to read. And I did technically start reading it just for mood reading. This wasn't actually a part of a video at all when I started it. But obviously did finish it on the first day of this reading vlog, and really proud of myself for getting where I did through this book. So yeah, that was book number 1, and then we started Unsteady by Peyton Corinne, for those Reese and Sadie, and this book was heavy. It was also romantic, and it's a hockey romance, so it's sports romance. We know I love a sports romance, and I absolutely can easily read these books, and it's not even long. It's quite a short book, which was nice. I wouldn't say it's my favourite book I've ever read. It was an interesting book. So this is vitamin C tablet in water. Just trying to get my immune system up because it's not great right now. I wouldn't say it's my favourite book I've ever read. I've read better sports romances. However, I did enjoy it, and I did enjoy the mental health talks we had in this book, and the stuff that we had, trauma, I guess you could say. Trauma bonding is what I'm thinking they are. They're bonded by trauma. Maybe not exactly, but that's just how I feel. I did enjoy this book at times. I did enjoy the book at times, but I felt like some of it was a bit rushed, and yeah, it could have been better. But I will probably still continue the series. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. Giving it a 3.5 stars, which is a good rating for something that was just an easy read in some ways. So yeah, 3.5 stars. We then picked up my all-time favourite book of this whole year, and probably all-time favourite book I've ever read in my whole life, and that is Firefly Lane. This has probably beaten Daisy Jones and the Six. Now that is saying something, because I rave about Daisy Jones and the Six. I've been raving about it since I finished it in 2022. We're in 2026 and I'm still raving about that book, and I still love it. But this book just does something to me, and I just love it so much. Tabs so much of this book. Literally I feel like I soaked in every single word in this book, and I honestly could go back and read it again. It is one of those books that is high up on my want because I want to reread so bad. I even started the series last night. I watched one episode. There's something that they've changed drastically from this book to the series, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, but if they've changed it and they do what I think they might do in the series, then I might be okay with it. But I won't say much else because I don't want to spoil anything to do with the book or the series to people who haven't watched it or read it. But 5 stars, loved it. 6, to be fair, this is a 6-star read for me. This is one of those books that I'm not going to stop thinking about for a long time, and I genuinely think if I'm not doing the video I'm doing now. But yeah, that was off tangent. 5 stars, 5 stars, absolutely loved it. Couldn't fault it for the slightest. I just loved everything about it. This is a love letter to friendships, and like real friendships, and yeah, chef's kiss. And then we read, which literally I finished today. I started yesterday and finished today, and it's Never Lie by Frida McFadden. If you see my track record with reading a Frida McFadden book, most of the time I finish them within a day or two of reading them. They don't take me that long to read. They are just easy reads, and I found this one quite easy to sit down and read. I was gripped on it. It started off slow for me. Then I thought I got the plot twist. I was thinking I was really proud of myself because like, I've got the plot twist, and then I realised I hadn't got the plot twist. I was like, oh, that's not the plot twist. But thoroughly enjoyed it. It was not my favourite. My favourite is still The Boyfriend, but as someone who's getting into thriller this year, that was something on my mind. I was like, I just want to read it, and I did, and I'm so happy I've read it. The ending was not what I expected. It was a bit like naff. The plot twist was good though. I think I did not see that coming. I was so determined it was one character, but it was actually a different character, so proud of myself for that. But yeah, 3.5 stars. I think that was a pretty good rating for that book, and it was a good book to read. I don't have much to judge it on. I'm not a thriller reader properly, and Frida McFadden is the only thriller author I've really liked. So I think, apart from The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, I read this last year and I was like, oh, it's 2.5 stars. Why did I rate it that low? Like, in my eyes, that was like a 4-star read. It was actually so good. Anyway, and then the book that we have not finished and I'm currently listening to as an audiobook as a reread is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, one of my favourite authors and favourite series of all time. We've got to 21% of the way through, which obviously as I'm only listening to it as an audiobook, I'm only getting to it when I was doing stuff, but very happy that I've restarted this book and this series and the dramatics. I'm loving it. But with that being said, I've just spoken for 7 minutes and this is the end of the video. So if you did enjoy it, then please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon with another video. And maybe I'll try and do this one time when I'm actually working to see if I can do it. Probably won't be able to, but we'll see. Anyway, I will see you again next week with another video.